Hello everyone, welcome to LRDA Prep. My name is Samir Sardana, a Plus educator on Unacademy. I'm teaching students live on Unacademy Plus for CAT exam preparation. And currently I have so many courses on quant and logical reasoning and data interpretation that I'm taking for CAT 2021 student. Uh, in this session, I will be discussing, me and Shekhar will be discussing what is the role of hobbies and interest in a B school interview. As you guys know, that whenever you sit for a B school interview, you are definitely going to come across the questions based on your hobbies and interest. So we will have a general discussion with Shekhar Suman, who is currently studying in IFT, and we'll see how you should be representing your hobbies and interest in the introduction part, and what are the different ways if you don't have the hobbies, what should be, in what way you can develop those hobbies, and what is the importance of hobbies in a B school interview. So Shekhar, what is your experience, right, through your interviews and your the students that you have around you in IFT? What is your experience on this question? What is the role of hobbies and interest in a B school interview?
Sure, sir. So basically, many times it happens that your whole interview might go around your hobby only, and the discussion might last as long as 20 minutes or so, uh, all around your hobby. This mostly happens when your hobby is somewhat unique, or the interview panelists, those who are sitting, their hobbies kind of align with your hobby itself. So in that situation, they want to ask more. They want to understand you in that perspective. So it's not only about getting to know you, but hobbies are something which says something about you. For example, if someone is interested in music, mostly the case would be that he would be somewhat calm, patient, and a certain kind of traits develops because of what we pursue as a hobby. Someone who is gym enthusiast would be energetic, and these kind of traits, these kind of mentality, they figure out through your hobbies only. And most importantly, the interview must be going along as a in a very smooth manner. It should not be ending abruptly in one question and answer, and then suddenly jumping to the other without having any relations to it. So to make it coherent, interviewers also want to make it a two-way discussion. In that scenario, hobby is one common ground which works well for all of us. So in that sense, hobby is quite important, and how you demonstrate your hobby, what you do, and whether it adds value to your life, and it would be developing good qualities in yourself because of those hobbies, then that's a very good thing about you. So that's
Sure.
what they want to judge.
I generally see this problem. A lot of students, right, ask the question, sir, that, sir, we don't have the hobby. So I would like to advise all these students here that if you are preparing for a B school interview, if you're going for a B school, top B school interview, you should start working on your hobbies, right? If you don't have one, the moment you start your exam preparation for CAT, you need to work on these things also, right? Because it's not possible to have a hobby in 1 month or 15 days, right? That once you're done with a CAT, you will not have that much time left that you develop a hobby and then you represent it in an interview. This is
Yes.
something that you have to include your introduction part, because these are the things the interviewers would like to talk about, because they want to know something about you, and through hobbies and interest, they will get a lot of idea about your personality. So if you are preparing for CAT, right, this is obviously not a syllabus of the CAT, but from the first day onwards, right, you should start preparing, or you should start developing a hobby. What do you say? I mean, is it
Yes, sir.
possible
Yes,
that
sir.
1 month just before the exam you can develop a hobby and you can represent it?
No, so it's not actually possible. But sometimes what happens is like people kind of have a hobby, but the representation of their hobby is also quite wrong. In the sense that, for example, someone says that I like to watch cricket. So it's a very not. It does not look good on your part. Like you
Exactly.
watch cricket, it's not a hobby.
But
Adding
you are
the
gaining
rather
from
you can
that is,
say. Yes, you are what you're gaining from watching it. You can say that I'm an ardent follower of something else. Like you can be a little bit more nuanced answer. You can have that, right? And you can. It should seem that you are quite interested in following something. You can manifest your own answer and your own interest in such a way that it should seem interesting. So this is one thing which can happen. And as far as developing hobbies considered, obviously one should work about it. Like there are some hobbies which are quite good, and it would be a very good talking point in your interview. For example, if you develop to read a book, a hobby of reading a book, that's the best thing you can have,
Obviously.
because it would not only help you in your preparations, your exam itself, but also in the long run, in a very long run. And there are a lot of perspective which you gain through the book reading. Apart from that, you can start a blog channel, you can start your own channel of media channel, anything. You can have be a travel blogger, or you can be a good cook. Like I have heard many of my friends, some of those who are a good cook, then a lot of their interviews are around the cooking hobbies itself. In fact, one XLRA interview was all around their cookies hobbies, and since the interviewer was interested in that, the whole interview went around for the same, and he was selected in XLRA.
I personally think that hobbies, knowing something about your hobbies tell your commitment level. Interview is all about your commitment. They want to check how much committed you are in something that you have already decided to do. You're saying that I'm playing, I love to play cricket or I love to watch cricket, and then you're not able to, answer some basic questions on it. Then that shows that what is your commitment level, how much serious you are. So if you're not serious, or if you cannot show commitment to something in your background, right, in whatever you have been doing, then how can you show your commitment to what you will be doing in the MBA, right? That shows something about your commitment level also. So
Ex-
hobbies and interests
Exactly,
are
sir.
nothing
So
but a
I would
very
like to add on one point to it. Like it's a very important point. For example, as you said that you should know very much all around what you're going to say about your hobby.
right.
Sometimes, many a times, you'd face a question like, oh, "What did you learn from your hobby? What is one learning which you get through your music passion?" Or what is one book? If you say that you are a reader, book reader, what is one book which has changed your life, and what how did it change your life? These kind of very nuanced question would be asked to know whether the hobby is genuine and whether you're following it passionately or not.
Right, that's perfect. And what was your experience when you sit for the IFT interview? तो आपसे hobbies और interest पे क्या questions पूछे थे?
So I added my hobbies in my intro itself. I love to play guitar, so I added that. I also am very participative in a lot of NGOs, so I added that as well. I love to teach, so that's what a thing which I told them. And since they asked two questions regarding it, as the part of the guitar, they asked what is the difference between bass guitar and acoustic guitar. So this was something just to know whether I play or not. And as for the NGO part, they asked what is one thing which you have learned the most through your NGO experience. So yeah, these were the two questions I faced.
All right, all right. So, my advice to all students would be that if you are going to appear for CAT 2021, you need to have some hobbies, right? And if you are sitting for the interviews, right, for 2020, then you need to have a thorough research, right? Whatever you cannot simply say anything about yourself, right? If you are saying anything, if you're telling them that I'm interested in this particular thing, you need to read a lot about it, right? Now that the time is gone, that you know shows that yeah, this is actually a hobby. If you don't have one, you have to represent something. Do a thorough research, right? Know something about that. Anything, any questions that will be coming around that hobbies or interests, you should be able to answer it. So for that, just find out everything that you can get on that particular interest or hobbies that you are going to represent about yourself in an interview. That's great, Shekhar. Thank you so much for giving your insight on it. I hope students will like it a lot. And at last, I will just like to share this information on Unacademy. This Unacademy Combat is one of the India's largest test series. This is a weekly scholarship test happening on Unacademy. And if you go for this, right, if you can subscribe yourself for Unacademy Combat using my referral code SME.YT, and once you subscribe to it, you will be able to attend this weekly scholarship test, which is going to happen on 28th of February. And this will give you can win scholarship up to rupees 28 lakh rupees. This is the largest test series, right? This is the largest weekly scholarship test. You can take it live to compete with the best, super fast and fun with India live leaderboards. And you can also identify and improve your weak areas, because a detailed video solution of this complete test paper will be given to you. The referral code that you can use for this is Sameer.yt. Sameer.yt is my referral code that you can use to register yourself for the weekly mock test series. Thank you so much, Shikhar. See you in the next part, where we'll be discussing some more questions about the interview. Thank you.
Thank you.